Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sammy Ketchum, and welcome back to Sammy Ketchum TCG. Alright, before I jump into this deck profile, let me just tell you just a little bit about what's been going on with me. I have been working a lot at my job. And you know, and that has really taken its toll on the content that I could bring out. So I haven't been able to do content. I haven't really been able to do really anything. I've tried to play PTCGO sometimes, but PTCGO has not been my cup of tea. And I didn't like the Players Cup. You know, I tried that, but I just did not like the way the system was set up or anything. So, you know, that's one thing I did not like. So, other than that, you know, I've just been working. I like the DLC. The DLC is cool. But other than that, like, I've just been working. So, you know, but right now, let's get into this deck profile. I'm going to be bringing you a Pikachu and Zekrom deck for the Darkness Ablaze format. This is for next year's format, which means there are going to be cards that are going to be banned in here. Well, not banned in here, but cards that are banned that won't be in this deck. This deck loses 10 cards moving forward, going into Darkness Ablaze. And we're going to talk about those changes and what's up and coming for Pikarom in this deck profile. So let's jump into it. Alright, first off, Pikachu and Zekrom GX. Alright, this is basically the heart of the deck. This is what make Black Lightning shine. Black Lightning. Alright, 240 HP. First attack, full blitz. The main attack here. 3 lightning energies, 150 damage. Search your deck for 3 lightning energies and attach them to one of your bench Pokemon. Or one of your Pokemon. So you can attach them to Pikachu and Zekrom. You can attach them to your bench. This card sets the deck in motion. Alright. We've got Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX. Alright, 260 HP. 2 lightning and a colorless for the main attack. Alright, tandem shot. It does 80 damage. But if it comes from the bench during the turn that you attack with it, it does 80 more damage. So 160, and it paralyzes your opponent. You know, that is very good. Paralyzation is still very good. You know, which can catch your opponent off guard if they don't have a switch or something to get their active Pokemon out of the active position. You've got the GX attack, Lightning Ride GX, which is very good. 150 damage. If this card has 2 more energies attached to it, then it does 100 more, and it basically switches to the bench. Actually, I forgot to talk about Pikachu and Zekrom's Tagboat GX attack. 3 lightning energy also. But if it has 3 more energy attached to it, you could basically do 170 damage to the bench, which is devastating. You know, so this GX attack is very, very good. You may get to use it, you may not get to use it. People respect Pikarom in that matchup. with playing Mew. If you play the Mew, you get around Tag Ball. So, but we don't know what's going to happen in this new format, so we have no clue, but Tag Ball is still here. Lightning Ride is still here. Or as I say, Black Lightning Ride. Alright. One of the new cards from Rebel Clash, we have Boltund V. I don't know if you see that because it's kind of a glare on it. Boltund V. Alright. His first attack is Electrify. One energy lets you search your deck for 2 energies and attach them to any of your Pokemon. 2 lightning energies and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So that is very good. This actually helps set up plays before Full Blitz goes off, if you would like to do that. The second attack, which is really very good in here, Bolt Storm, you know, it does 10 damage, but it does 30 damage times the amount of energy, times the amount of lightning energy you have in play, which is very, very good. If you accelerate with Full Blitz, accelerate with Electrify, get your energies in play, you have Tapu Koko Prism Star to get back energies, you are doing a lot of damage. A lot of damage if you keep those energies in play. You know, and that is very solid as a second or third attacker. Also coming up as an attacker in this deck, Tapu Koko V. I added Tapu Koko V back to this deck because his second attack can be very, very good, you know, in the clutch. 2 lightning and a colorless, it does 200 straight damage, but he can't use it on the next turn. That's okay. 200 straight damage is basically, it may just be what you need to basically knock out a big Pokemon. 200 damage is basically the base damage of Tag Bolt. So if you don't want to try to knock out a Pokemon with Tag Bolt and you can't attack the bench, you could go with this and hit for 200 straight and knock out something possibly after you've damaged it. Alright, here we go. The draw support, 2 copies of Dedenne GX. It's in here for its Dedenne changeability. Once you play them from your hand, you can discard your hand and draw 6 cards. Very, very good draw power. Very, very good draw power for the Turbo deck. Self-explanatory. Everybody's going to be running copy of Dedenne except for Dark decks. Here's 2 of the newest cards from Darkness Ablaze. 2 copies of Crobat V. Alright, this is in Japanese because the English versions aren't out yet. They won't be out for maybe like a month or 2. But what Crobat V does, he's in there for the ability setup. You play it from your hand and you draw cards till you have 6 cards in hand. This card is absolutely busted. Oh, I forgot to mention, you can only use this once per turn. But this card is absolutely busted. What you could do is you could sit here and you can, you know, play out the cards in your hand, go Quick Ball for the Dedenne. Oh no, not Quick Ball for the Dedenne. Or actually, you could go Quick Ball for the Dedenne or the Crobat. You go Quick Ball for the Dedenne, play the Dedenne, draw more cards, get another Quick Ball, play the Quick Ball, get Crobat, you know, and then draw up to 6 more cards. Or you play the Crobat, draw up to 6 cards, get another Quick Ball, and get the Quick Ball to play the Dedenne. Like, there are great combos that you could do with these 2. Or with this card. It's very, very good, especially in this deck. Alright, let's see. 1 copy of Tapu Koko Prism Star. Tapu Koko Prism Star is in here for its Dance to the Ancients ability. When he's on the bench, you can remove him from play to get 2 energies back from your discard pile and attach them to 2 of your bench Pokemon, which is very good. Alright. 1 copy of Marshadow. This is the Marshadow resetting hole. If it's on your bench, you can basically remove a stadium from play. Opponents like to play things like Power Plant to stop your Pokemon from using abilities. They like to play things like Galarmine, just any annoying stadiums that may pop up. This can help you get rid of them. Alright, so that is it for our Pokemon. I am opting to do the video like this because spreading like the whole deck around like this with the way my desk is set up is hard to do. So I'm going to do like the Pokemon, supporters, trainer stuff, etc. like this. So you can see, actually I'll do like this. This would be better. 4 copies of Professor's Research. Alright. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Best draw card in the game. Three copies of Marnie. Shuffle your hand and then put it on the bottom of your deck. Then you draw 5, your opponent draws 4. This is great for disrupting your opponent. This is, it's a pseudo draw card. Honestly, to tell you the truth, I really don't like Marnie. I honestly really don't like Marnie, but I can't find fault with it right now. I like it so far in this deck, but just to be clear, I don't like it, but I'm playing with it. Three copies of Boss's Orders. You can basically just bring up one of your opponent's Pokemon from the bench to their active spot. It's basically what it does. It's basically Lysander. Yep, it's Lysander. Very, very good gusting, game-winning card. Very self-explanatory. One copy of Mallow Lana. If they can't knock you out, you can heal off 120 damage by discarding 2 cards from your hand and switching to the bench. Very self-explanatory. This could also let you just switch out regularly, but you mainly want to discard 2 cards from your hand to heal 120 damage because they can't knock you out, which is very good. It's still good. It's not good against some decks like Eternatus VMAX. Eternatus VMAX, they're just going to straight knock you out. But I mean, other than that, you can pretty much heal damage off because they won't be able to knock you out. Four copies of Quickfall. Discard a card from your hand, search your deck for basic Pokemon, add it to your hand. This deck is all basics. This card can find every single Pokemon in this deck. Very good, very powerful. Three copies of Cherish Ball. I like Cherish Ball. Cherish Ball can help you find your Pokemon GXs. You can find Pikachu Zekrom, Raichu, and your Dedennes. I kind of like this over Great Ball. I've seen a lot of decks play like 3-4 Great Ball in their deck to find Pokemon. I kind of see it as kind of like random. Like if you whiff the Great Ball, it's kind of bad. And if you use the Great Ball and you get something that you don't, you get a basic or something, but you don't get what you want, then, you know, it's not going to help you out anyway. This card will get me something that I probably will want and need. Like if I don't have a Dedenne, this will search the Dedenne, and then I can discard my hand and draw 6. Or I can just get the Pikachu and Zekrom that I need if I have other stuff in my hand. Or Raichu. So that's why I opted for this right now. This may change later on. But right now, 3 Cherish Ball. More Pokemon search. Electromagnetic Radar. This card is especially made for this deck. Alright? Discard 2 cards from your hand and search your deck for 2 Pokemon GX or EX and add it to your hand. So, more GX search. I can search for Pikachu and Zekrom, Raichu, and Dedenne. Just more search for those guys because those guys are basically the most important cards in the deck. Four copies of Switch. Switch are active with one of your bench Pokemon. Very self-explanatory. You're going to need Switch in this format. It's a no-brainer. Two copies of Tag Switch. Tag Switch is very important in this deck. After you full blitzed onto one of your Pokemon, or like let's say Raichu or Pikarom, you can tag switch the energy off of your tag team Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. Well, two energies to one of your other Pokemon, which is very, very good. Being versatile and being able to move your energies around can really help you win games. Two copies of Energy Switch. Switch one of your energies from one of your Pokemon to another one of your Pokemon. Basic energies. So you can switch your basic energies around. Same principle as Tag Switch. Actually, Tag Switch can actually do something broken now. Tag Switch can move special energies. That's right, Tag Switch can move special energies from your tag teams. This can move the speed lightning energy from your Pokemon to another Pokemon. From your tag teams to another Pokemon. So this can move special energies from your tag teams. This can move basic energies from any of your Pokemon, which makes this deck really versatile. One copy of Great Catcher, because why not? Basically a free gusting effect, but you discard 2 cards. Well worth it if you're bringing up one of their Pokemon GXs or EXs, which is very, very good. Two copies of Reset Stamp. Shuffle your opponent's hand into their deck and they draw cards equal to the number of prizes they have. This is basically just a pseudo in, except you don't get to shuffle your hand into your deck. Very, very good mid to late game, making them shuffle their hand in after they've taken like three or 4 prizes, sending them back some. Two copies of Big Charm. Big Charm basically adds 30 more HP to the Pokemon this is attached to. This is going to be a big, big help moving forward. A big help moving forward because if this is on your Pokemon, on like a Pikachu Zekrom or Raichu, you know, it makes it harder for them to be able to knock them out. And you want that. So, you want to make your opponent work for it, you know. So, big charm. Alright. One copy of Tool Scrapper. You can basically choose 2 of your opponent's Pokemon tools and, you know, remove them to the discard pile. This is very good. This can move your opponent's big charms off of their Pokemon. This can remove things like metal goggles, spell tags, giant bombs, what have you. You know, still a very good card to remove the tools from your opponent's Pokemon. We have ourselves 4 copies of Speed Lightning Energy. This card is absolutely busted. You attach this to one of your electric Pokemon and you automatically draw 2 cards. So this is more draw power on top of the 4 research, on top of the 2 Crobat, on top of the 2 Dedenne, on top of the Marnie. This card lets you draw more cards. So more turbo for your buck. I just think this is absolutely busted. Like, it's so good. Like, especially when you need to see cards, and those 2 cards could be crucial to help you get what you need. We have ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Lightning Energy. This is definitely enough energy to get you going with Pikachu and Zekrom. Alright. Pikachu and Zekrom, this deck, like I said before, it lost 10 cards. It lost Electro Power. It lost Thunder Mountain. It lost Zero Aura. Those are very, very big. I think some other cards that it lost as well. Well, other cards that the deck can't play because of those cards. Those are really like the main cards it lost. But losing those cards really hurt the deck. But even though you lost those cards, you gained a little bit. The deck, I think, is still playable. I've been testing this deck against Eternatus VMAX. But Eternatus VMAX is an auto loss. This deck loses to Eternatus VMAX bad. Like, really bad. Like, it's just a straight auto loss. Any way you slice it. There's just no way this deck could beat Eternatus VMAX. But now, the other decks, I say this deck has basically a decent chance of doing well against the other decks coming up in Darkness Ablaze in the format. But it's Eternatus, that's a no-go. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a no-go. Also, there are other versions of this deck that you could try. The Jirachi version is actually really good. It's decent. You could try that. Jirachi is still very good. You can still play with Jirachi when Darkness Ablaze comes out. You can also still try the Tag Call engine. The Tag Call engine could still be good. If you want to build that, you can build around with the Tag Call engine and play around with that. This is just the way I decided to do my deck because it was already in this type of format. I wasn't playing with the Tag Call engine. I wasn't playing with the Jirachi engine because of Dragapult decks. Because I didn't want to give them the edge on Jirachis, them knocking out Jirachis on the bench. But, you know, this is the way I chose to move forward. I may change it you know, later on. You know, this is only like the rough draft, but just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking about, what I'm playing, what a Pikarom deck would look like for Darkness Ablaze. This is sort of what it kind of would look like. Other than that, guys, that is the deck. Let me know what you think about it. I will post the deck list in the description for you guys to take a look at that. You know, so look out for that. And as always, guys, make sure you stay safe. And with everything that's going on right now, take care of yourself and each other. Thank you.